Welcome back, everyone, to another Friday live stream. Boy, look at all the stuff happening in the chat. Oh my, let's take a look. We'll get to the different things here in sequence. Lurch was here, and I'm still waiting for my special coffee. I have coffee. It's not Lurch's special coffee, but thank you for the sentiment anyway. PosTech TV is here. Thor is here. Hey, Thor. I still want to create that thing you suggested for the intro. I've been giving that a lot of thought. It's just I got to sort out how to do it. Phantom 6767 is here. RD04 Dave, a reefer hauler for 17 months. Wow. Nicholas is here and inventing new English words. Technically, Nicholas, that's correct. Truckers, challengers, and challenge-ees. Yeah, challengers are people who challenge others. That would be me in this context. And challenge-ees are people who have been challenged. There you go. So it's not really a new English word. It would work. Lobo1G is here. Dr. Jones is here. He's lost his green. Did he get it back?
Yep.
Some. Let me get back up to the top here. We'll get to all that. Hunter Toller is here. Keith Cersei is here. Donald William is here. Welcome. And Thomas Berger. Glad you made it, Thomas. And Big Al 2424 gifted 5 memberships. Wow, Al. Thank you. Yes, there he is. Dr. Jones and Keith Cersei, who I just took off the list this morning when I updated the shout-outs. Donald William, PosTech TV, and Ryan. Everyone but Donald William, I just took off this morning. So now I got to put y'all back on. So it's a good thing I just pasted your names into my text file so I can just copy and paste it back in. I'm getting better at this after a year and a half. Nicholas also gifted 5 memberships. Awesome, Nicholas. Omega Sunrise, whose memberships just lapsed. I took him off. Same with Oblivion. Here's somebody new. Wise Mind Facts. Congratulations. And Joey, those are 2 that I've not seen before. And the Gigliottis has been before, but just received a new one. Nightbot is here, so watch your P's and Q's. Turn off that caps lock and don't spit out too many emojis or Nightbot will get you. Look at Dr. Jones with this green name again. Big Al, congrats to all the winners. Back to teaching for me. Have a great stream. Oh, you're not going to be here, Al? That's a bummer. I hope you leave it running. Something I was going to ask. Oh, I forget what it was. Matthew Roth is here. Matthew Walter is here. Jimu Gaming is here. Dobbs is here. Jimu Gaming is a big fan. Well, glad to have you as a big fan. Awesome. All right, we're going to get to driving here shortly. Oh, and there's Thor as a reefer hauler for 19 months. Before you hit the road, I'll pop this now so I don't scare you when you are driving. Thank you. Treasure Rose here. Thanks, Thor. So before I get to driving, I want to address, I don't want to say the elephant in the room. How about the Cornhusker in the room? Nebraska DLC. It has been announced that it will be released next Thursday. Oh, and Donald William is Lone Wolf on Discord. Okay, well, good to know. I'll probably forget, but okay. Yeah, so Lone Wolf is also what did you I forget. But you just got a truck skin, which we hadn't seen yet. I think he was second place. And he chose a truck skin for last month. Okay, so let's talk about Nebraska. It's coming out Thursday. So I have set up a couple of convoy sessions for folks in the Discord who are convoy certified or have that role, who plan on having the DLC on Thursday and would like to participate in a convoy. So we've got planning 2 convoy sessions on Thursday, one at the same time as this one starts, and the other one 6 hours later. So this is noon my time. The next one is 6 p.m. my time, and then just have to sort out what the time is locally. So if you're in the Discord and you have the convoy certified role, you've seen the announcement. So we've still got some spots left, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a quick peek. We have, but did I not update? Really? I have to go back and update this again because it didn't take. Either that or I imagined it. Because it seems to me like the first session is just about full. Oh man, I must have done that this morning before I had all my coffee. Yeah, I'm still having coffee. Okay, good thing I looked.
looked at the thread. It looked like the second one that was almost full, judging by your responses.
Yeah, but I actually updated the list. Like right now, it's just me and Pugwash in the first one. I know that's not true. Wow. Because I put Dr. Jones in, and okay, I'll fix it later. Yeah, Ryan, we are all looking forward to that. So let's talk about that. So special live streams on Thursday. Now, I still haven't received an early copy of it yet. I don't know if I will, but if I do, I'll put together a video driving through Nebraska. Well, Nicholas, go ahead and sign up, and I can put you on standby. And if you can make it, and if there's still a slot, we'll get you in. Love to have you. So it's going to be exciting to have another DLC. And as part of our challenge, All States Challenge, Johnny Anson is here. A lot better for 15 months. Good to see you, Johnny. Solar, I don't know without looking at your profile. Yes, Stobbs. There's lots of stuff in Nebraska, mostly corn, but there's lots of it. Oh, there's a lot of things to see, a lot of scenery. It's kind of like Kansas, a lot of scenery to see, plus corn. So we'll have to see what we can see when we see it. Got to sign up, Thor. Stop, don't like corn. Whatever. Now I want to talk about the 150 release. So there's been a lot of speculation that 150 is going to drop sometime between now and then. I say no, it won't. I say we won't see 150 until June at the earliest. I base that on what did SES tell us in their blog post. Now, I don't have an insight track on this outside of what SES has said in their blog post. So they told us that they were releasing for the first time an experimental beta, which is not an open beta. They said that there's so much going on in here with the 150 thing that they needed help from the community to help them sort out and find problems. Not sort out, but find the issues. And then once they got to a certain level of confidence level, I'm paraphrasing, that they would then release an open beta. They have not yet released the open beta. So they need at least a couple of weeks with an open beta before they can even release a stable version. So my theory, based on what they said in their blog post, is that we won't see 150 until June at the earliest. Now, I'd be happy to be wrong, but I'm just going by what they said. So when they do release an open beta, I might look into it depending on what else is going on in the scheme of things, because it looks pretty exciting. But I think it will come sometime between Nebraska and Greece, which will be later this year, I expect. So that's my theory based on what I read in their blog post. We'll see what happens. We've got 6 days before the release of Nebraska. If it's ready, they'll release it early. The 150, I mean. But, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay. Pugwash, you haven't missed much. I haven't started driving yet. Ken Beard is here. Red Beard. Stop. I don't like card. All right. Let's take a look at what we're doing here. I've got a load. Where am I? I'm in McAllen, Texas. Now, in the videos that are the video series, 5-part video series that I am currently in the process of releasing, I released part 3 this morning. Part 4 will release later on today, then part 5 tomorrow, and that will be the delivery in Brownsville of a load I picked up, 5 trucks that I picked up in Portland, Oregon. So the next leg in the challenge is Texas to Utah. So I've got this load at McAllen, and we're going to Ogden. What have I got? I don't remember. Lemonade. That's what we got. Lemonade. So I'm just using... Why would we carry lemonade in Equals Power Company trailer? Oh, Equals Power Transport. Oh, okay. I thought that was a power company. Whatever. Yeah, I saw that, Nicholas. I guess you were... I surmised that you were home when I saw that. So we have 1,536 miles to cover. This load weighs almost 40,000 pounds. You know what? Let me make this other turn here first. I forgot to do some shout outs. So we'll do some shout outs quick. Oh, you just finished watching part 1. Okay, got it, Nicholas. I didn't understand. I knew you just did the first leg. Okay. All right, Ryan. Don't crash. Thanks. I'll take that under advisement. Country Bumpkin Simulation. Reefer hauler member for 16 months. Wow. Knee High Sniper, our top ETS driver for August. Dusty, aka Dirty Dog 3436, our top ATS driver for January of last year. Isabella Hagloff, Pilot Bro 39. Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, is here. Bill Welburn. Bedrock, our top ATS driver for last February. Nicholas, XXXN. Hey, Adam Buser is here. Susan Arthur, our top ETS2 driver for May, is here. XLT 588 Gaming. Silent Dilemma, Norwegian trucker Nicholas. Big Al 2424, our top ATS driver for December. Johnny Hansen's here. Tasmified, Picard Gaming. Picard's out doing real life trucking stuff. Lobo 1G, our top ETS2 driver for July. Hugwash, our top ETS2 driver for April. Purdy the Parrot, Carlin, WEM55, our top ETS driver for March. Right, let's get some driving done. So if you're watching my 5-part series, this is like jumping ahead in time. So this is after the part 5 of that. In case you didn't figure that out.
For those arriving late to the stream, you can scroll back a couple minutes, and rumor addresses 1.5 and the DLC.
Yeah, you can just type that into the chat.
Oh, okay.
Since it might come up a few times, probably type it into a text thingy, and then you could copy and paste it. Let's see. So if y'all are not familiar, and I know most of you are, with this challenge, it's the All States Challenge for this year. And what we're doing is that we are driving state to state. We're going to hit all of the currently available DLC states. Starting in Las Vegas, Nevada this year, because that's our headquarters. And then we're going alphabetical. So it's Nevada, Oklahoma, then Oregon, then Texas, which is why we're in Texas, why I'm in Texas. Then Texas to Utah, Utah to Washington, Washington to Wyoming, and Wyoming to Arizona. So we're starting over at the beginning of the alphabet. So, and then Arizona to California, California to Colorado, Colorado to Idaho, Idaho to Kansas, Kansas to Montana, Montana to Nebraska, and Nebraska back to Nevada. Oh, Las Vegas. Got to end up in Las Vegas.
Bob says you missed New Mexico.
Shame on me. Yes, Las Vegas to New Mexico. What did I say? Did I not say that? I could have missed it.
He says Nevada to Oklahoma is what you said.
Well. Nevada to New Mexico, and then New Mexico to Oklahoma. Why do I need to get over?
hello everyone. And by the way, I'm currently sitting in Nebraska Montana waiting for Nebraska.
Well, for those of you who are waiting for Nebraska before continuing on, we need some help with hardcore simulation mode points in Euro Truck. I haven't looked this morning, but I'm guessing we're still about 30,000 or 20,000 behind the first place team. On the other hand, when I looked yesterday, we were 90,000 ahead of second place for American Truck Simulator. So we are rocking it. Plus, we just got some fresh blood. Willie joined today. Or was it last night? I don't know.
Adam says, I'm now trying a used Scania T-cab long nose truck for the first time.
That's interesting.
Emperor Bufo says hello.
Emperor.
And Pugwash says, looks like it'll be a short trip to ETS2, then back to ATS to finish the challenge on Thursday and explore Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, I can do some shout outs while I'm sitting here. Cody O, JJ Man 1982, Thor Rasmussen, our top ETS2 driver for April of last year. Ipswich, David H74, Matthew Roth, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for last March.
Says, oh, the movement Scania. Nicholas says, next gen or old gen? Victor says, in ATS, we're at the moment 99,889 hardcore points above second place.
99,000. Wow. We're basically 100,000 ahead of second place. That's seriously impressive. Y'all have done very good. Troken, Justin Burns, Douglas Williams.
Adam says, I also find some off-road tires for ETS to use on a different road test truck. Not going to tell you where. And Gmu Gaming says, what state is this and where are you headed?
Wait a minute, I thought you were here when I explained all that. We're in Texas. You probably stepped away. We have left McAllen, Texas, and we're headed for Ogden, Utah.
That rock is present.
Good to see you, Bedrock. Hope to see you later, also. it is already... Wow, I must have picked this up late in the day. We're gonna have to do some night driving. This is not a World of Trucks load, so I've got to be mindful of the time. Don't want to be late. .9 miles per gallon. All that stop and go nonsense. I guess I should have looked at the route a little bit better. Oh, what's this about? Oh, look, they had a fire hydrant in the middle of the... Somebody did, in the middle of the freeway.
There's fire hydrants in the middle of the freeway?
No, that's the crazy thing. I don't know what that is. But I have seen that before. Not on a road surface, though. I mean, it could have just been a burst water pipe under the ground. Just what it looks like, though.
Adam says, you mean a manhole cover?
Could be that. But you don't have manhole covers on the freeway, but this obviously is not the freeway. This is Laredo.
Bedrock says, if you thought there was nothing to look at on Oklahoma and Kansas maps, wait until Nebraska is out.
There's stuff to look at. Mostly flat. Like Kansas and Oklahoma. Country Bumpkin Simulation. JC Drives, our top ETS2 driver for March. Wait, it says no right turn here. What's up with that? Oh, I missed the turn.
Bedrock says corn.
Lots of corn. Oh, I just ran a red light. Oh, and now I'm in an accident.
Swifties.
I missed him. I don't know how, but I missed him. But, yeah, I think that's close enough. We'll call that a Swiftie.
Country Bumpkin says, yeah, cornfields and flat dirt lambs.
That's pretty accurate. Okay.
Adam says, have you ever been to Omaha?
Sure, lots of times. Well, I've driven through Omaha lots of times. I've even delivered there. And I guess I've picked up there, come to think of it. I think one of the earliest loads I got when I started driving for Schneider, I picked up in Omaha.
Rex says, did someone say grass? I like grass.
But you're in luck because our July work plan calls for cutting a lot of grass. That's a reference to our community map for Farm Simulator. We're currently in June, and I expect we'll finish that work and then move into July and cut some grass. Because I also like cutting grass.
Adam asks, what jobs are in Nebraska agriculture?
Mostly agriculture, well, a lot of ag, because there's a lot of farming. But there's a lot of manufacturing. There is I couldn't tell you the name of the company, because I really wasn't paying that much attention. But there is, oh. Hang on, hold that thought. I didn't realize that was going this way. Man, I'm messing up here left and right. So I remember, because I used to go there to, was it Grand Prairie? Anyway, when I was doing reefer, I used to go there to that town, and I picked up a lot of reefer loads to take parts east. Grand Island, thank you. And at the truck stop in Grand Island, there was a lot of flatbed and lowboy trailers that came through the truck stop there, loaded down with harvesters, because there was a manufacturing facility for one of the companies that makes harvesters there. And so I saw a lot of that. And other farm-related loads like irrigation pipes and things, you know, sprinkler systems. So there's some manufacturing that goes on there, but a lot of pork, probably a lot of beef also. But I picked up pork loads. As a matter of fact, one of the places I went to a few times is the same town that Picard has been to recently to pick up, I think, beef loads, or to take beef too. We were talking a few weeks ago and comparing notes. He was telling me about a place that he went to, and I pulled it, and I thought, well, that sounds familiar. I pulled it up on Google Maps, and sure enough, it was the same town, but not the same exact place. It was basically on the other side of the road. He was bringing stuff, I think beef in, or cattle. I had been picking up, actually from that place I picked up turkey, come to think of it. Was it turkey? No, it was pork. Anyway, lots of meat products.
Bumpkin said, I just did some grass cutting in Farm Sim. Just started playing Farm Sim. It's kind of fun, working with sheep and cows.
You should join us. You'll need some DLCs though.
Or says, speaking of farming, it's 9:05 p.m. Huron time on the 2nd of October.
Yeah, who said that?
Thor.
Thor? Okay. Yeah. I got a lot of work left to do. We're going to have to probably, as we discussed, probably have to pause time the next day while it's daylight. I still got a lot to do. I was on there for a couple hours last night. They still have a lot to do.
Rex says, sure is, Thor, and it is dark. Adam says, I do not know Nebraska well, but I know the Oregon Trail and I-80. Is John Deere from Nebraska or another state?
I don't think it's from Nebraska. I think they have a facility in Iowa.
Nicholas says, I took a 28-ton load of 40-liter fertilizer bags on pallets from Oslo to Bergen in real life this week. 33 pallets. And he also says, Lec-z done.
Bruce A, Thomas Berger, Tazzy 291, Lee Jenkins, Doom 3. Hey Doom, if you're here, I sent you a DM about your smartwork for your truck skin. Stobbs, Jennifer Roth, Rick Rashid, Robert Alexander, Andrew Black, Phantom 6767, our top ETS2 driver for September, Don the Bricklayer, Lee01 Mister, CJ Johns 31, Vigner Hoxson, Wolf Gaming, James Brandt, Arnar Hoxson, Colin Percival, you know, now that I think about it, I remember in one of my videos, real life trucking videos, I brought a load to Omaha. I think it was, I don't remember what it was, but I took it to a place in northeast Omaha. I have to go back and look.
Answered that John Deere headquarters is in Grand Detour, Illinois.
Grand Detour?
But Thor says John Deere has its headquarters in Moline, Illinois.
So, Illinois? Noah Long, Elliot Hallisey, Pancake Man, Outback Jack, Jesse 2670, Ulysses S. Grant, it seems to me that I saw a plant along the freeway, and I think it was John Deere in Iowa. When I was still out on the road with a friend of mine before I went through formal training, we picked up a load of metal tubing in Niagara Falls, New York. And we took that to South Bend, Indiana, where I learned that they took that metal tubing and then cut it and shaped it into all kinds of different configurations. And then it went on to the next stage at another plant somewhere, and it was used for tractors. I don't know what kind. I just was, you know, I've always been fascinated with all that stuff, you know, the logistics thing. So to learn that we were bringing these straight metal pipes or tubes, they were small diameter, to a production facility in Indiana from New York, and they put them into all kinds of bends and stuff, and those became hydraulic lines for tractors somewhere else. Very fascinating, I thought anyway.
Country Bumpkin said, I got like only 2 DLCs for Farm Sim. Don't have the cash right now for all of them. Still learning Farm Sim. I loaded a trailer on Farm Sim and it took 30 minutes because I wanted the load to look good. Jesse 2670 says, good afternoon, Boomer and group.
Hey Jesse, welcome to the stream.
Nicholas is wondering if anybody knows why Trucky won't register his hardcore loads. It says this job cannot be considered in hardcore simulation because of profile not detected. Wrong realistic settings.
I've seen that from a few people lately who normally do hardcore registered loads, and we don't know why.
It says all the settings are correct.
Yeah, I don't know. Frustrating though. Do all the things right, then have it say, "Nah, we ain't doing it." And right on cue, there's Pilot.
Yep. He had a couple of those recently as well.
Yeah. One of the ones that you had, Pilot, from yesterday, I think, last night, in Euro Truck, it was just too short. So let me ask you that, Nicholas. How long was the run? Greg Ulray, Matthew Walter, Manny Oy, FTG Mike B, Gorhita Rusu Wayakorn,
It's long enough.
Oh.
Leg 2 of the challenge, 988 miles. Pilot Bro says the only answer he got from the dev was to make sure Trucky is completely open before starting.
Huh.
Country Bumpkin says, tell you what, between Flight Sim, ATS, and Farming Sim, money flies out of the pocket.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you that the two DLCs that you would need is the Kubota Pack DLC and Platinum Expansion. There's another DLC or two that are free, so that won't be a problem.
Thor's wondering what car in the world has driven the most kilometers.
I don't know.
I would suggest Google it.
Seems like an odd question. You must have an odd answer.
says we'll look into it.
Yeah, we're getting together on the community map tonight. Well, in a couple hours.
Yeah, Stobbs was right. A Volvo P1800. 5.23 million kilometers.
Start thinking about somewhere to stop for the night. It's midnight. I got time on the clock though. I got 5 hours. Well, let's do a map check. And since I'm not in what do you call it, convoy mode, I can pop right into the map and look. We've got a rest area coming up here. But then we've got one here. Is that a Walbert, aka Walmart, with a truck with a sleep trigger?
It would
Gotta be a
appear
first.
so.
I mean, that's got to be first in the game. 44 minutes of driving. Let's check that out.
Okay, you kind of contradict yourself here, Bedrock. He says, you're not lying about that, Country Bumpkin. I'm currently upgrading my yoke from Honeycomb to Thrustmaster Boeing to the cost of about $500. Hard to bite that bullet, though.
Holy moly.
Are you saying that you're still trying to decide on that, or it's hard to swallow that you're putting out that much money for it? My first impression with that line was, it's hard to make the decision to do that. Yeah,
I don't think it.
He says, I'm glad I'm not into flight sim.
Yeah, all I have is my F-16 flight stick. And it's functional, but it's not as good.
He says it's about 90% decided on. The other 10%, $500, is the only thing holding me back.
Looks like we're in Del Rio.
Country Bumpkin says, between me doing a computer upgrade this year, getting a camera and a few other things, I just ordered a 360 AIO for my 7900 X3D. Air-cooled is not working great. That's why I've got a liquid cooling. So even then, that is air-cooled as well. It's just the air is cooling the liquid, not the CPU. Telling Nicholas, don't ever take the bait. I think the addiction is way worse than Farm Sim or ATS ETS.
Well, I hear a train. I don't know where it is.
Thor says, I hope it's on the tracks.
Good point. Yeah, I was just wondering if maybe it was going to be crossing our path. That reminds me, I forgot to put the Real Companies mod back in here.
Richard Bumpkin's trying to get his camera set up for head tracking so he can get back into ATS. Using controls to look around is aggravating.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Looky there. You know, I have actually seen a Walmart with truck parking like this in Nebraska. They are rare, though. I've also seen one in Missouri. This is kind of rare. All right, let me do a couple shout outs first. Package going to be delivered today. Tyler Thompson, Florm, Vernon Bunch, Bongani Nisi, Untamed Eagle, Big T 5280. Aha. Just read Nicholas's. You know, it wasn't my intention to post that so other people could beat the people who came first, but, you know, that's okay. Sometimes having extra information can make all the difference. Nothing wrong with that. Sound Fix is back. Welcome to the stream, and you are right. Long time no see. Speaking of C, I saw that video you did with the where you added the sound for the wheels spinning. Not a thing that I'm going to get into, but it was still neat nonetheless. And glad to see that you are making additions to your mod, keeping up with it. Big Toe Magoo, Miles Dutton, Big Dog Gaming, E, Aji Chi, and do the last of them after a bit. Oh, let's look at the map real quick. See where we are. We are in Del Rio, Texas. We still have 1,249 miles to go. We really haven't made that far from Allen, Del Rio. So we got a lot of driving left to do, but we're on back roads, so it's taking longer. In fact, we'll be doing a lot of back roads driving. U.S. highways, but still not interstate freeways. It wasn't me, Thor. I swear. Anyway, yeah, we'll be taking U.S. highways all the way to Santa Maria right here. where we will pick up Interstate 40 to Albuquerque, then north on 25, and then U.S. highways again, 550 up to Farmington, whatever this is, 191, I think, and yeah, lots of secondary roads. Get to see a lot of different scenery this way, but it takes a while. Got a green light. You know, I was thinking about the scenery thing because if I'm not mistaken, ATS and ETS are on a scale of like 1 to 20 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, if for those of you in the audience that know. But I am thinking that Microsoft Flight Simulator is 1 to 1. If anybody knows whether or not that's accurate, please let us know. Okay, Versace is back. In Zone 71. Ayrton Guverson, Adrian M, Tom Freer, Jacques Oliver, and Raddy X11 RCE. That is all the shout-outs.
Knob says 1 to 19.
Okay.
Soundfixes corrects that even. It says 1 to 19 in ETS, 1 to 20 in ATS.
Interesting. Is it different in the UK? Because I've heard that, but I've never heard anyone say what it is.
Stop says UK is 1 to 15.
And is it going to change in 150 or in future DLCs? Anybody know the answer to that?
Adam says, what reservoir is this?
I don't recall.
Your pumpkin is going to the circus tomorrow. You might see some relatives there, he says.
Mine or yours? if you go to Google Maps and go to Del Rio, Texas, and then look north, you should be able to see the answer to the question of what reservoir is that. I've looked it up before and I don't remember.
Earth right now to have a look.
Doesn't ring a bell, but it doesn't mean anything.
That might be part of the Rio Grande River, but I don't know. Adam asked Rio Grande River?
I don't think so. Could be, though. I mean, I'm trying to think of it. I wouldn't know, because the Rio Grande separates the U.S. from Mexico, beginning up just north of El Paso. And I think all the way to Brownsville, maybe?
Bumpkin says, ring my bell, ring my bell. Okay. Ding.
Who sang that? Wasn't that Patti LaBelle? Thor might know that.
He's requesting to sing it, Lurch. Okay.
No, he's not.
Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Anderson.
Or it says Anita Ward.
Okay. Oh, the air is dry here. We're getting into summer.
Hedrex says, now Boomer's turn to see if he can top Lurch.
about that.
Country Bumpkin says that was her only hit song. Bedrock adds, well, let me first hit the record button. Heyo says, hi there, Boomer and gang. How are you today?
Howdy. Welcome to the stream. Man, all of a sudden I got itchy nose. I always liked driving through here for some reason. I mean, I only did it a couple of times. But I like this scenery for some reason.
Heyo says, did I miss anything?
Oh, yeah.
The entire journey up to now?
Yeah, all that. Plus the discussion we had about Nebraska and the 150 update. But other than that, nothing. Except all this driving. Where we came from, where we're going.
Just noticed that Boomer got a Swiftie.
Hey, there's a coffee. Oh, 3 coffees. Coffee slam. Thank you, Toller.
Vigner's noting that in the challenge, the top 2 drivers have both driven more than 19,000 miles.
As a matter of fact, they are separated by 36 miles. After 14 legs, or 13 or 14 legs, they're only separated by 36 miles. And they stopped at Montana. Yeah, I got a Swiftie. I don't know that I actually hit that guy, but I was turning left from the right-hand lane because I screwed up and missed my turn. So I created a problem for him, whether I hit him or not. And since that happened, I think that's a Swiftie.
There you go, KO. He just asked what you did to get the Swiftie. Bedrock thinks that those 2 are choosing the same load and convoying together to do the challenge.
They're not. As a matter of fact, I mean, and you can, there's nothing saying you can't, but if you're trying to win, that wouldn't make sense. So, no, they haven't. And they don't even have the same miles from one place to the next. Or with the super chat, I can't read what it says.
Super chat. Just to see if you do get scared.
Not so much from a super chat.
was asking, what are you hauling?
Lemonade. In that trailer. Uh-oh.
I am going to apologize now, but in about 35 minutes, I will have to scoot out. Sorry, I failed to check in with you beforehand about what you were planning.
I was planning not to be this long, or well, this long, yes, but not longer than that. It just took longer.
Leo says hay fever is a pain in the bum.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's hay fever or not, maybe. In case you hadn't noticed, I got the long freight train mod in, which I like, except when I have to wait for that train. And I've already done all my shout-outs. Oh, look, there goes some of Dr. Jones' handiwork. He likes to cut trees. Oh, here we go.
Nicholas says it's farm sim fever.
Well, we are going to cut some hay later. Or make some hay.
Hey.
Oh, this is that four-way intersection with the train crossing right through the middle. I remember this one. This is Fort Stockton.
Leo says 24 Celsius is warm in Great Britain.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
About 75-ish,
Oh,
guessing.
see, we might not even run our air conditioning at that cool.
It's 20 is 68, 30 is 86. So Thor says you should have cut your engine while waiting.
Save some fuel.
Stop says almost Saturday night fever. Dr. Jones laughed at your comment about his handiwork. Clintus Fob says, hey Boomer, have you ever driven in Mexico City, Mexico with Reforma and Mega Resources?
Negative. I've never had that map mod installed. Not my cup of tea. Ooh.
He's not had that mop mad.
Right, all that. I do like ProMods Canada. I like ProMods. I've done coast to coast, but I don't care for it that much because it's too bland for me, and the scale seems off. And I've literally done coast to coast, like Maine to California, and we always get shorted miles.
Linda says, oh, okay, but Mexico isn't like that.
No, that's not my issue with coast to coast is not the same as Reforma. I've seen some really good scenery in the Reforma map mods. No, I have a different issue with that. It's very scenic. I know that. I've seen video of it. My issue is it's slow. All the slow speed limits. Like it's worse in California. From what I hear.
You got all those twisty, turny roads through the mountains.
Yeah, and that, you know, that by itself is not that big of a deal. But when that's what it is for most of the journey, and I'm not keen on that. I like driving the open road, 65 mile an hour, all day long. So yeah, that's my issue with it. I've seen some incredible scenery though, watching other people in it. The ProMods Canada, on the other hand, it's just fantastic scenery. And it's just as authentic as driving in, you know, SCS. From ProMods website, promods.net. Going to Ogden, Utah.
Where are you going with your load of lemonade?
I just answered that.
Oh. I had to step away a moment, that's why.
Oh. Yeah, I was stopped at a light. I can handle chat when I'm stopped like that.
A lot of temperature comparisons going on.
Yeah, we might turn our AC on today. Supposed to get up over 80.
Country Bumpkin, I think Boomer could get you beat there. He said it gets to 46 Celsius or 115, sometimes hotter here in the summertime.
Oh, rain coming. Yeah, we get up to 115 a lot here. Not much more than that normally, but sometimes. And that's hot.
Country Bumpkin says, I love lemonade. I think I have an unhealthy relationship with lemonade or lemonade flavors.
It's good.
Right, now we go from talking about heat to cool, because Nicholas says it's 9 Celsius in Bergen.
I can take some of that. I prefer the cooler weather.
Thor has never had an AC. He takes a cold shower instead.
Ah. Even our cold water is hot. I literally have to run the tap 2 or 3 minutes to flush out all the hot water. Whoa, this is stop sign. Nah. Is it all way? Yes, all way.
Sensitivity asks, do you use paid mods?
What?
Do you use paid
Oh,
mods?
paid. Well, sensitivity, welcome to the adventure. And no, I do not, as a general rule.
Except
I'm not
Alaska.
opposed to them. Oh, yeah. Good point. Alaska mod. That's a paid mod. I forgot all about that. Oh, great. Right lane ends, merge left.
You just moved over to the right. Nicholas says, yeah, me too. I hate when the weather is hotter than 20 Celsius. Thor says, max 25 Celsius and I'm fine. Madrock says, a cold shower wouldn't do a thing for you in Oklahoma.
Nope. It's too doggone humid.
Mm-hmm.
When I lived in northern Alabama, where it's also hot and humid, during the summer months, I sometimes would take 3 cool showers a day. Once in the morning before work, once after work, and another one before I went to bed.
Bumpkin says, our AC is broke right now, waiting for a part. We have a portable unit right now running. It was almost 90 degrees in this apartment before we got the portable unit.
Wow.
And Rashid is here saying someone is getting old.
I'm not older than you. You know, back to the question about paid mods. Here's my take on that. I only remember ever buying one paid mod, and that was the Alaska map mod. And I've enjoyed that a fair bit. I'm not opposed to them for other things. However, you know, we convoy a lot. Oh, at some point we crossed over into New Mexico and I missed it. We convoy a lot, and unless everybody has the same mods, or if your mods are not optional, you either can't convoy with everyone, or you can only convoy with those people that have that mod. Now, we have done that with the Alaska map mod. But because we like to convoy together as a group, and we don't want to raise the hurdle to entry for most people. I mean, it's already a big deal to have to acquire a computer, which most people have, but a computer that will handle the games, plus the game and the DLCs. So I don't want to add any other barriers to entry for people to convoy with us. Speaking of which, for folks in the Discord with Euro Truck, we're going to have a convoy this Sunday, starting at the same time this live stream started, which was noon for me.
Alan says, don't tell Boomer that I've done convoys with paid mods that are optional.
What paid mods are optional? Oh,
most of his engine sounds.
Are those Z mods?
Country Bumpkin got paid truck mods and will not do that again. Only one of them keeps the mod updated. Won't mention names though.
Well, if you're going to do that, I mean, again, there's nothing really wrong with doing that, but you probably want to consult with other people in the community and find out who keeps their mods updated. Because, you know, when you buy a mod for a truck or whatever else, you really have to rely on that person to keep it up to date whenever there's a new version. New version of the game, that is. Because sometimes new versions of the game breaks mods. I expect 150 will break a lot of mods. Although I've seen a lot of mod makers that we follow have been updating their mods for 150 already. Like Sound Fixes Pack, I'm pretty sure has done some updates for that. If you're Sound Fixes, if you're still here, maybe you could comment on that for us. What all is involved in updating for 150 for a sound mod anyway. And this is why it takes so long when you're taking secondary roads. Going through towns.
Sensitivity says I have a 4070 Ti Super that will run the game good.
Yep. Until a few months ago, I was running at 2060. I think it was 2060. And it ran the game just fine. And it probably would have continued to run the game even after the 150 update. But it's going to be increasingly difficult to get any performance out of older video cards. That's always been true.
Country Bumpkins asks, can we get a link to Sound Fixes mods by any chance?
They're available in Steam. Just search for Sound Fixes for both ATS and Euro Truck.
Roger that.
All of the mods that I'm currently using are in my description, but there's no links because there's not enough character space available in the description box to use links. Plus, it doesn't make sense. You just take the name of the mod and put that in the search engine in the Steam Workshop. Now we have some proprietary mods for my truck skin. You can't find that on Steam or anywhere else, or you shouldn't be able to anyway.
There's Sound Fixes again. He says, yep, I've updated it for those using 1.5, yes.
So, what's involved in updating your sound mod for 150? Oh, we're running the yellow this time. I don't really understand the process.
here, did you know that a while back, Boomer actually got to Convoy with a couple of the guys from SCS on their live stream?
You know, that's been almost a year now. That was fun. I'd like to do that again.
It was a proud moment for all of us employees to see our boss out there. Sensitivity asks, how difficult is it to pull a trailer when your truck is a 4x6?
No different. But I mean, I've never driven one in real life. I don't know if I've done one in real, even in the game, except in Euro Truck. Wait a minute. Well, this is a 6x4. I guess maybe that's what you mean, as opposed to what, with 2 drive axles, as opposed to a single drive axle. I don't think that matters as much. Managing, maneuvering the trailer, that's the real skill. Regardless of how many axles you have.
Nicholas says maybe you should invite them to your convoy.
Wouldn't that be something? Here comes the train.
Sensitivity says 4 axles.
What was that? Couldn't hear.
4 axles.
Okay. So that would be 4x6, I think.
Yeah, that's what they were asking before.
Anyway, okay. Six by 8. So you have 6 drive axles, 8 total. You're running the yellow. Yeah, anyway, so I don't think it really matters. I have 2x3. Or... Nope, I don't need to change lanes. I don't know. Don't confuse me with difficult things right now. I'm driving.
Bound Fixes says for compatibility updates, mostly what's involved is merging the changes to files that SCS have made.
Okay.
Pilot Bro's got some work to finish up. He'll catch y'all later.
All right, Pilot. We'll see ya. Well, I guess we're gonna have to think about finding a place to park sometime in the next couple hours. Game time.
Fixes ads. For example, if they add another railroad crossing model, I may want to apply a railroad crossing bell sound for it.
This is Roswell. I recognized it by the aliens before I saw the sign. This town has a bunch of lights too.
MS. Wait, do most trucks have lockers or sway bar?
Have what?
Lockers or sway bar?
Lockers or sway bar? Those two things seem completely different to me. A locker is a place where you store stuff. Sway bars are something that are underneath the chassis of a truck or a vehicle. Lockers or blockers?
It's typed in as lockers.
Okay. So unless that's a terminology difference, who was that?
Adam.
Oh, hub lockers. Okay. Hub lockers to me are something you have like on a four-wheel drive vehicle back in the day. You'd have a four-wheel drive and you would lock the hubs. You have to get out and do that. So far as I know, those don't exist on any commercial motor vehicle. As far as I know. But sway bars, I think, maybe. Not sure. That's something you probably have to ask a truck mechanic.
Oh, okay. He clarifies. Lockers that lock the wheels to drive at the same speed. That would be the differential lock, wouldn't it?
I've never heard of that. I mean, if they exist, I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, sensitivity at differential.
Well, there's a differentials on the drive axles, but that's to convert the rotation of the drive axle or the drive shaft to the drive axles. I don't know anything about a lock. As far as I know, they work the same way as that they do on any other vehicle. I need to look at the map while I'm thinking about this because I need to find a place to stop. There is not a place to stop there. That's a garage I don't own. Yikes, how much time do I have left on the clock? 4 hours. Can I make it to this place?
Oh.
Yes.
All right,
We'll go here.
sensitivity to that makes it sound like what on cars would be called like the stability track. Where it might allow wheels to turn at somewhat different speeds to keep stability.
Well, as far as I know, the differential functions in such a way to allow the inside and the outside tires to turn at different rates and still have power. But no, this is something that gets over my head. I'm not any kind of expert at this stuff. I've had some exposure to it in auto shop class in high school. That was in the last century. Things have changed since then. Anywho, somebody else asked the question. Nicholas.
Yeah. Have you played train sims?
Yes, way back in the day, 30 years ago, Microsoft Train Simulator. I enjoyed that. Also, there was another one, a Railroad Empire type of game. I don't remember the exact name of it. Where you manage and you build and manage a railroad empire. I enjoy that kind of thing. But Microsoft Train Simulator, I mean, you drove a train. It's a different kind of challenge. I mean, it's not like you're steering off into different directions. You know, for the most part, you're just staying on the rails. You do have to manage your speed, you know, consistent with whatever you're pulling.
Following the track speed.
But I have, you know, toyed with the idea of getting back into, you know, one of the train sims. But I don't have the time.
Nicholas played a game called Trains Simulator in 2008 when he was a kid. Moonfire says Railroad Tycoon 2 was great. I think
That's
it's
it.
currently on Steam.
That's it right there. Railroad Tycoon 2. I spent lots of hours in that one.
James Wester blames Flight Simulator 2000 for his aviation addiction.
I first got into Microsoft Flight Simulator back in I think version 4. Back in the late 80s, or maybe it was even before. Maybe it was the mid 80s. I'm like Commodore 64.
We had one of those for a time. Commodore 64. I played Frogger on it.
I remember Frogger on the VIC-20.
Says maybe you would like Transport Fever 2. It's all about managing and building cargo lines and passenger lines for trucks, buses, trains, ships, and planes.
I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me. I can't. I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't spend any time in it, and I want to. Yeah, this is going long today. We still have almost 800 miles. I may have to just stop because I don't want to go too long. Maybe I'll pick this up tomorrow in the evening.
And we will catch you all in the next one.
All right. You're going to be back for the community map, right?
Not today, no.
Oh. Okay.
Well, later, but not until after 5 o'clock your time.
So let's see, I gotta go. Oh, it's this one. I wonder if they have. I don't see a sleep trigger here. Still has to go across the way. I'll get back to the chat as soon as I get over here to the sleep area. Or at this light. Ooh, look at the stars. Oh, it's a stop sign. Guess I may as well get fuel while I'm here. Okay. Maybe you would like. Oh yeah, you already read that one. Sensitivity. We're going to Ogden, Utah, but we still have 858 miles to cover. So, and we're already an hour and 50 minutes in. So I think I'm going to stop here. I'll get parked, catch up on questions. Or comments. So I think tomorrow in the evening, finish this run, and then maybe start working on the next leg, which would be Utah to Washington. Maybe not be able to finish that one either, though. That's the problem. Oops, I'm not on a sleep trigger. time is left on here? There we go. Okay. Let's see. Country Bumpkin remembers going from the Commodore 64 to the 128 version. So do I. Went from the VIC 20 to the Commodore 64 to the Commodore 128 before I eventually got my first IBM PC. All of that in the 80s. Let's see. Boon Flyer. Hey there, welcome to the stream. Wants a transport simulator set in the Star Wars universe. That's interesting. Nicholas says it's extremely fun. Highly recommended. Just think about all the managing. One of the things I like about Farm Sim, the managing. Deliver cargo to factories and then taking produced goods to different cities. Oh yeah. Don't tell me anymore. Do I have any engine turbo? Well, yeah. I mean, these truck engines typically have a turbo, and I've got the turbo sound, but that's the engine mod that provides that. You can set up spreadsheets and timetables. Oh my, so much fun. Stop. And sensitivity is from Utah. I like Utah. The Empire would just attack and run. All right. Okay, well, this has definitely gone longer than I thought, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised since this load was well over 1,500 miles. See what it says on here. It was rated at 1,536 from McAllen, and we're only about halfway, so. So I think tomorrow evening, I would say tomorrow during the day, but tomorrow's we got the members only live stream, and I got something else planned. That's not American Truck Simulator. Just in case, huh? So, all right. Well, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up there. Let me close this down and come over here. Got lots of likes. Thank you for that. Sound Fixes Pack. Thank you. Take care of yourself. We'll see you maybe tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow would be in the evening because in the members live stream, that is open only to members. And I've got to update my thing. Thanks, Thomas. Glad you made it. And let's see. I guess that's it. We just all got to wait and see how. Okay, Hunter or Tuller. We just got to wait and see how things shape up with Nebraska coming out on Thursday and whether or not I'm right about the 150 update. So thanks, Phantom. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.